How's he holding up? Well, he's doing a good job of pretending he isn't ill, but I often hear him gibber and cry in pain during the night. I'm deathly worried.
Oh, you heard that. I'm so sorry. I should have been more honest. I didn't want to worry you, but it seems I failed in that respect.
I cannot promise a cure will be found. Your sickness is bizarre and indiscriminate, but there is one hope.
Welcome, Angels of Hope. Thank you so much for the help. Alara was most wise to confide in you for aid.
Indeed. How on earth did you find them, Alara? It was more luck than management. I detected a high-energy signature, and I found it to be the Angels of Hope fighting the Goblin Paladin of yore.
The Angel Moriel?
Yes, although these days he goes by his birth name, Gerald Gelati. Ah, the Angels of Hope are here. Alara, you shouldn't have. Please do not think I would not do everything in my power to see you and your kind helped out of this crisis. Think not of it. You've been good neighbors.
We learned during our exile from Earth that being judgmental was possibly the worst sin we indulged in. I'm glad we became friends. Knowing your people has been an honor.
Please do not make my blushing any more obvious.
The humans look at you with both anticipation and wonderment. Introduce yourself. Greetings, Outlanders. You appear to be human, but you may be a different strain from ourselves.
Either way, we'd welcome the Angels of Hope even if they were marmots wearing hats. They are said to be Venezuelan in origin, as in from the planet of Venus, which recently underwent annihilation due to a supernova. Correct! Apparently having blue or green hair naturally isn't a thing you guys get, huh? No, I wish. Such colorful humans, both in appearance and personality. I'm Emily, by the way. This polite gentleman beside me is... Go on, darling.
Oh, I'm Cody. Nice to meet you, Lumi, Coco, and Lilac, right? Yep, you got us.
I've come to the conclusion your sickness is not tied to the destruction of your planet's world, so that would merit you both be about as sick as each other. So, perhaps begin with why you think this may be radioactive poisoning.
Well, many of the people who have had similar symptoms have been diagnosed with dreadful illnesses like cancer, leukemia, and so on.
What were you doing shortly before you started experiencing your symptoms, Cody?
For the most part, nothing out of the ordinary, though I did hear a bizarre-sounding howl, followed by a crash of pain in my head. I don't know how else to describe it.
A howl?
Interesting. Have you had any nightmares caused after experiencing the headache you described? Yes, actually. Some apocalyptic, some where it seemed like I'm being devoured by a ravenous beast with green eyes, while others feel like warnings of an upcoming indiscernible danger. They've been very vivid. At first I thought it was the fever affecting me, but this was very pronounced now that I think about it.
Sound familiar, Angels?
A bit. Is there any hope for curing this awful illness?
There is one. The reason I confided in you was knowing it might be you who is capable of retrieving it. There is a hidden side to this world society has not yet touched. Only the ruins of ancient civilizations dwell there. We call it the other side, as lazy as that is. With a starship like yours, you may be able to reach the floating islands long since left there to drift aimlessly and acquire the Skybreeze hyacinth. It is a potent panacea that is said to have been the fall of those civilizations due to how sought after it was. I will do what I can to assist in your search. Please, don't let our dear neighbors suffer longer than they have to. You gotcha! We'll find that panacea as soon as possible.
How are you going to get there?
Trust me when I say this. I'm a little more creative than you may think.
And for the quiet, Alara. Fear not, I should last a while longer. I shall eagerly await your return.
Oh, bless your generous hearts. You've given us so much hope just by your willingness to help. Yeah, whatever. God. Ah, you arrived. There's a good chance there's some other herb growing on the vine work on this temple. Alora looks at you with soulful eyes. It's so wholesome how far she's going for her neighbours. You can't help but want her to succeed. Talk with her. What a beautiful land. Whoever once lived here must have had interesting lives indeed. So, where should we begin looking for this hyacinth? The greenery overtaking these ruins is liable to be host to them. They've remained undisturbed for millennia, though at least one should be there. Take only one. A single drop of this stuff is enough to cure virtually every known illness in 1,000 people. I'm not sure what I am anticipating more, seeing my good neighbors survive or experimenting with such a potent panacea. Either way, time is a luxury we don't have. I look myself, but my stature isn't exactly the best for reaching around in such places. You got it. Lumi, fetch. Yes, ma'am! Ah, yes. I believe that's it. Well done, Lumi. Let's return to humanity's front arrest immediately. I only hope none of them have fallen ill beyond repair. This seems too easy. If you're playing to your skepticism, we don't know much about the properties of this flower. We aren't even sure if its restorative properties are capable of what it's claimed. But I wouldn't be much of a neighbor if I didn't give this search my all. Much of a what now? Go on, you can tell us. I will withhold my true identity until after I've ensured or failed to ensure the survival of my neighbors. You will find out either way. Very well. You seem to have a good heart, so I don't think you deceive us wrongly. It is not you I have reason to deceive. I shall explain once we return and get a moment of alone time. Oh, this doesn't look good. My dear friends, we are too late. Alara stares into space. In sadness and rage, she clenches her fists, but unfurls them and lets go of her anger. She cannot be mad at a time like this. What the heck happened? It appears I underestimated the severity of their sickness. This is horrible. But, why bother with the facade? It should have been clear this was no sickness, but a curse. So, who are you? The Queen of the Army. The time for smoke and mirrors is over. My true name is Alistara. I'm sorry that I lied to you. Being a queen is a big affair, so I wore the garb of a commoner to disguise my true identity. I hope you understand. Curiously, a corpse for Emily is missing. Come, I think it's about time we confronted that which cursed my neighbors from Earth. The End Howler, Zaramitsi. Whoa, cool as hell, but also, you know of Zaramitsi? The devil behind the pale door, or Teramisa as you know her. She visited us and we became good friends. She was the one to tell me of the panacea, and given her wisdom I believed her. Should I have? Hard to say. She is wise and very independent, but she is the host of the End Howler you just mentioned, so who knows how much is Teramisa speaking and how much is, the mutt. Either way, the time for inaction is over. With my power, I shall take us to where the End Howler awaits and hope Emily still lives. Laura, is that you? Please help. End Howler, remove your mangy paws from my neighbor this instant.
Oh, how assertive of you. Tell me though, what exactly do you think you do if I don't?
Why, this.
The fuck? Why does it actually hurt so bad?
Glad to know it works. Second warning.
Yeah, okay, I'll let her be. She's only what human was a feed. I mean, why go for a little drop when I can get a pint? Or in this case, half of one. Ow!
I apologize. Did you presume I was offering myself as a replacement? That's not how this works.
What the fuck are you? How could you have this much power over me?
Your hard counter, the ruler of tranquility.
A ruler? That certainly explains the power advantage.
Fine, she can live out the rest of her sad life alone as the lost human. Once much of a fee being gone from my plate doesn't devalue the banquet that came before. I got nothing to art of hers. I devoured her husband and fond of her.
Monster! You're a monster!
Oh, I'm a monster! Yeah, never heard that one yet of me before. If it's any consolation, your husband's soul is now swirling around in my stomach with so many others. Added to my power and feeling the sin power that creates rulers in the first place. The queen of the army believed you could be saved, but she didn't know what burns within the soul of all humanity. In the final day, we are all the same.
Never, I'll never be like you. Leave, Zaramitzi. Leave this world and never return. If I see your gracious hide here again, I will kill you. So cruel. Dear neighbor, are you alright? Yeah, thanks to you. You are the Allura I know, correct? Yes. I had to disguise myself so my status as queen of the army wouldn't get in the way of helping you. I'm afraid to say that I was too late. By the time me and the Angels of Hope had returned, everyone had been killed. It was only due to being unable to find a corpse that I was able to find you before it was too late. Yeah, I could rule that, Lestara. You gave your all to help these people. You may consider it penance for the genocide of their predecessors. The humans of Samaria that lived here before exploited us. Being unable to bear to watch my people suffer, I manipulated the humans into trying to take on the Baroshi, using their vainglorious egos as a means of their own deliverance. I'd saved my people, but caused 2 others to die out or leave due to guilt and shame. That is why I am a ruler. No ruler is so without a past of sinning, no matter how noble or just the crimes seem in one's mind at the time. Well, you'll always be a neighbor to me. I know how much that means now that I'm the only other human left, but I'll say it anyway. It means more than you can know. If you'd like refuge, I'd be happy to let you come live with us at Shorterigo. You seem to be coping for now, but don't feel like you can't grieve for them. I can tell you loved your husband and your people dearly. Take all the time you need. I'll keep watching until the Endhella doesn't return. If you end up with a curse, contact me immediately. I will be working with the Panacea the dear angels here found, so we may combat her terrible curse. Thank you again for saving me. Think not of it. I only wish I could have saved more. The atomic biowolf isn't good at dealing with opponents stronger than her, so she'll probably leave you alone. A single human isn't worth the trouble. I'll miss him. I'll miss all of them. It is no sin to grieve your loved ones and friends. Humanity always seems to get cruelly treated by the cosmos. Well, that sure is depressing.